Matt and I are... Should I say it? Would you consider plastic surgery? Like one day you will have to take off the bra, what? Stingy is not red flag lah. Controlling. Possessive red flag meh? Oh my god, yeah, gaslighting. Happy to announce. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So a few weeks ago, I actually asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some never thought I would want to answer or some questions that you were always afraid to ask. I compiled quite a few of them and some of them were actually really quite juicy. So today we are going to play unagony and also really dive deep down. I promise to be as honest as possible. So if I didn't answer your question, you can still leave them down in the comments box down below. Let's first answer something that I got asked a lot. How's my health? I'm actually quite surprised that a lot of you guys are very interested in my health updates, especially because I've been very open about sharing my high cholesterol, my insulin resistance, and then recently I've been diagnosed with PCOS as well. I think it's still the same. It's quite bad. I guess trying to make like little lifestyle changes here and there. For me, I think the biggest concern is the high cholesterol. Basically it just puts me at a higher risk of heart problems, heart disease, heart attack, stroke, and all of these things, which can be really fatal and scary. The doctor did tell me to start on medication, which is called statins, and it is a lifelong drug that I have to take. The only downside is that you can't be taking it while pregnant. So at this juncture, we are, I guess, waiting for the baby to come before I start on statins. For my PCOS, I have been on supplements. I actually shared in my vlog before, I'm on this supplement called myo-inositol, recommended by my gynae. I did get it off of iHerb and she did see it and she approved it. As with anything, I'm not a healthcare professional or anything, so it's still best to go to a professional if you think that you're suffering from any fertility issues. I did see quite a lot of questions asking about my PCOS and asking about my period, whether or not it has gotten more regular. So ever since starting on myo-inositol, it did help me quite a lot. So I would say yes, kind of on track. What are or were some of your insecurities? At every stage in life, at every season in life, like we all have different insecurities. Like when I was younger, I would be very insecure about things that were, I guess, more frivolous. Growing up, I was very insecure about my acne because I had a full face of acne. I was very insecure about my boobs. I used to get laughed at like in primary school for being a washing board. But in P3, they would say, Mom, your mother iron your clothes, also iron your chairs. Like they would literally tell me that, P3, I would laugh it off and I would always be like, small boobs okay, well, I don't have like, shoulder pain or back pain or whatever that everyone was always complaining about. It was an insecurity for me, as I grew up. I'm not that insecure about it anymore. Now that I'm already married. Your body and the outlook isn't everything, and eventually, for those of you who are struggling with that, you will find someone that will accept you for who you are. As I grew older, I would say in uni, my insecurity would be not being able to find a job that was like accepted or seen as a good job by society. Yeah, I just hecked everybody and decided to pursue what I wanted to pursue. And I guess over the years, after doing this for quite some time, people's impression of me definitely did change because I think they did see like how much hard work I put into it. Even though it's unconventional, it's a legitimate one. Slowly but surely, you will get there. What are some of my insecurities now? I wouldn't say I'm insecure about it, but more of like my struggles or like what I think about these days would be like, what are my next steps? I've been doing this for quite a while. How can I constantly stay relevant? How can I constantly change and improve myself? That's what I'm thinking about now. Would you consider plastic surgery? For me, I never had the guts to, but if I were to get plastic surgery done, it would be for my boobs, I guess, because I shared with you guys that I was always very insecure about that. I have nothing against people who do plastic surgery. In fact, I think it's very, very brave of them to at least own up that they did it. I mean, I have a new form of respect for them. Then let's move on to relationships. A lot of people ask about Matt and I. How do you prevent couples from growing apart or deal with their insecurities? I guess this is something that a lot of people always ask. I don't think these things happen overnight. Once you reach that stage, I think both parties already know that you are already on the road there. It takes two hands to clap and it also takes two hands to work things out. So I think before you reach the point of no return, I guess put in the effort. Yeah, and at least like communicate, make sure that your partner understands what you're feeling. Just have an open conversation about why he or she is being so apart, why he or she is not like putting in the effort anymore. I think communication is definitely very important. And of course, putting your words into actions is another thing, because a lot of people would just promise that, okay, I'm not going to do this again, but then they don't put in the effort. One thing I learned a lot during the course of my relationship is that everybody's love language is different. How we give love and how we receive love is very different from our partners. Man and I, we have very different love languages. The way I receive love and give love is acts of service or gifts, kind of a person, because I like to shower people with gifts. In the same vein, I feel love when I get gifts. For him, it is actually physical touch and acts of service, or is it physical touch and quality time? We are very different when it comes to our love languages. It took me a while and I'm still struggling to understand this, especially when I'm in the zone and when I'm upset. Very unfair to pin how you receive love on somebody else when it's not their natural love language. And it's not fair to say that, okay, this person doesn't love me because he doesn't give me gifts. But it's not that person's love language. How do you cope with comparing yourself to others? I don't really compare myself anymore, and I make a very conscious decision not to. So if I find myself comparing, literally just stop myself there and then, and I will just close Instagram or just stop, because there's no point comparing. There is no international standard of what is better. How do you define success? How do you define happiness? We really don't know the full picture. The only person that you truly know is yourself. So as long as you're contented, you're satisfied, you're at peace with yourself and where you are, I think that's more than enough. Do you get insecure barefaced? And how did Mac react when he first saw you barefaced for the first time? I don't get insecure barefaced, which is why you always see me barefaced in my skincare videos, my makeup tutorials. I'm mostly barefaced in my vlogs. I literally brush my teeth and talk to you guys, The first step to showing my bare face was a little bit daunting. I got used to it. As for Matt, I first met him because of an orientation camp. We were doing sports camp and we were in the same group together for 5 days. And I didn't wear makeup. The first time he saw me, I already didn't wear makeup. Should I stop wearing thick padded bras? I'm afraid my boyfriend thinks I'm not big. Instead of just suddenly stop wearing thick padded bras, occasionally kind of swap out, slowly wear less padded ones. I understand where your insecurity comes from, especially a fellow small-chested girl. If your boyfriend only likes you for your big boobs, this guy is not going to stay anyway, right? Because how long can you continue that wearing the thick bras? One day you will have to take off the bra, what? Slowly but surely. What are some of the red flags in a relationship? Okay, to be fair, I haven't had many relationships, and the last time I had another relationship apart from that was really long ago. So I don't know if you should be asking an auntie this question. So I guess for my own red flag, I'm very tolerable generally. If my boyfriend is a little bit possessive, I kind of like that sometimes. But I think if this person is completely not jealous, doesn't ask who we are out with and everything, I feel that is a red flag, which is very weird. All of the other guy friends that I know who cheated or have tendencies to cheat on their girlfriends, they always say that they don't ask because they don't want their girlfriends to ask. To them, it's if I'm not controlling you, then you shouldn't have the right to control me. If you are very bo-chap or if you're very chin-chap about everything, that is a red flag to me because I really don't know what's going on. Another one is, if I probe about your past and you don't want to come clean, I feel like that is another red flag. If they can't even give you their 100% attention when you're out with them, that is a big red flag. If they're constantly on their phones or if they are playing games or whatever. Oh my god, yeah, gaslighting. Gaslighting is a very, very big word, right? Where it's there are so many examples of how gaslighting can work. One biggest red flag for me is if you catch this person doing something wrong and they will somehow make it your fault for catching them. From personal experience, I caught my ex texting a girl and I confronted him about it, and instead of being sorry and apologetic, he went on and on about how I'm psycho for looking at the phone. But then, I didn't realize that I was so caught up in this whole argument that I was actually trying to defend myself about me not being psycho. And I was already steered away from that entire conversation about who is this person that he was texting lah. That's another very big red flag. Mong, I always felt that you're so blessed to have such great parents-in-law and I really feel so happy for you. However, I have a mother-in-law from hell. She has been stirring shit and my father-in-law has been siding her no matter what. Every time at the end of the argument, she'll say that I'm the one causing the unhappiness and conflict. Should I end my marriage? I'm really tired from dealing with all of these. I'm very sorry to hear that. I would say I cannot fully understand because I am really blessed with amazing parents-in-laws. I feel like it's very effortless for me because May and I have been together for such a long time. They've been in my life for such a long time as well. I think to end your marriage because of your in-laws is quite extreme. Try to disengage, especially with the older folks. Sometimes they can be a little bit more difficult. I would say it's quite daunting to grow old. When you're younger, you had, the world as your oyster, right? You are a lot more relevant, valued by your family, and you feel more valued by your society. But with old age, time really robs you of all of these. I always try my best to just take a step back and be a little bit more understanding whenever I feel that old folks can get a little bit unreasonable and immature sometimes. But if she has been really giving you a lot of problems, out of respect and to not put your husband in such a difficult position, I would say try to disengage. There's really no point. Try not to take it to heart. Honestly, it's hard to find trouble with someone who doesn't care. If I don't care and if I'm neutral, if I'm at peace, whoever tries to pick fight with someone like that looks like the bigger loser there. So in that sense, I've already won the fight because I'm not affected. I don't think ending your marriage should be an option because you didn't marry your mother-in-law, you married your husband. Thousands of reasons. And it's just unfortunate that your husband cannot break off this relationship with his mom. You can try to be unaffected by it and then she has no more control over you. And when it comes to your father-in-law siding her, I feel that he is her husband. He will side her no matter what. So if you don't have the expectations that he will side you, then you won't be disappointed as well. How's your TTC journey been? It means trying to conceive. Happy to announce I'm actually pregnant. So my TTC journey has been successful. May and I are really, really happy. We honestly thought that it would take much longer considering I have so many fertility issues. It just came at a very unexpected time. As of today, filming this video, I'm 10 weeks pregnant. It's been really hard. Very, 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 very tiring journey, but hopefully rewarding. Thank you so much for all of your questions. I think this video is super long. Let me know what other questions you have in the comments box down below, and if you would like to hear more or for me to do more Q&As in the future, let me know as well. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!